Hey gang, this is Brian J's Nerd Talk signing on. I'm here. This is my spoiler review of House of the Dragon, and boy, this episode was intense. It was complex. It was scandalous. It was the acting is great. The writing is still great. It was hot. It was steamy. Like there was lots of sex, lots of nudity. There was brothel scenes, and and Daemon Targaryen. This came from the book Fire and Blood, where Daemon Targaryen took Rhaenyra to the brothel house to look at people have sex, and it's technically abuse because it's like he's grooming her, and she's young. She's like, I think at this time 17 or 18 years old, but Daemon Targaryen helped raise her, and he's grooming her. It's it's creepy also, but it's like it's like interesting. It's fascinating. All the scenes, all the stuff that was happening was pretty steamy, but it was like very creepy also with Daemon Targaryen. It was like very very predatory. Like he's using her to get to Viserys Targaryen, to get to the king. He wants to marry her so that he can have a lot of power and influence. But Rhaenyra wants it. Like she wants it just as much as Daemon. And so Daemon loses control. He loses his influence and he loses his power, and he couldn't have sex with her. He couldn't get it up. He couldn't do nothing. So he just ran away. He just walked away and went to whoever. And Rhaenyra was there by herself, and she went back to the castle, to the Red Keep where she lives. And she ends up having sex with Criston Cole, which was implied in Fire and Blood. Their sex scene was implied, but it was never 100% true whether she had sex with him or not. But in the show, they're making it canon. She has sex with Criston Cole, and he gets her pregnant. And then I think in the end of the episode, she has to drink tea to make sure she doesn't stay pregnant in case she is pregnant. But yeah, the writing was great. Alicent Hightower is still trying to be on Rhaenyra's side, but their friendship is really starting to fall apart. Even though they had some reconciliation this episode, that friendship is falling apart. Her father, who's Hand of the King, is using his daughter to gain power, to try and get the oldest son, Aegon, onto the throne, who's still just a baby at this point. But yeah, it was very complex. Like, this is really the Game of Thrones. There's so much political intrigue and stuff like that. There was no Corlys Velaryon in this episode because he's at Driftmark, and he's doing his thing. But at the end of this episode, King Viserys told Rhaenyra to avoid any more rumors of this scandal ever coming out about her and Daemon. She has to go marry Laenor Velaryon, who is the eldest son to Corlys Velaryon. And so they're going to get married in episode 5, but spoiler alert, spoilers, Laenor Velaryon is gay, so they're not going to have sex. So I think she's going to end up being with Harwin Strong, or one of the Strongs in the show. That's going to happen. But this episode was really great, very intense. There wasn't a lot of action, but there was action. Like, okay. But I give this episode a 9 out of 10. Matt Smith is great. All the actors are great. Paddy Cassidy. Yeah, the dialogue and the acting is just great. This is a really great show. And it's so much better than the Rings of Power. But anyways, these are my thoughts. This is my review, my spoiler review of Game of Thrones, House of the Dragon. And I'll talk to you guys later. I might do a live stream in a couple hours. So hit the like and subscribe. This is Brian J's Nerd Talk. I'll talk to you all later.